What's up, y'all? Okay, so I'm coming back with another channeled message. Uh, this is kind of what I saw in my dreams last night. I'll kind of share that with you and what I think it may mean. We had a time last night, as they say. I looked up and I could see a plane kind of flying over, and the plane just like smashed into this building. It looked like, more like an apartment complex. But I'm like seeing it, and then it like flies over, and then I'm like watching it as it like hits the building. And already it was like that, I guess if you're seeing like a plane kind of fly over low, it's that energy of like, like impending kind of something is about to happen. The building was kind of like a sandy color, like the color of sand and like pinks, which kind of gives me like either like a seaside kind of Florida vibe or something like that, or like a southwestern kind of vibe. Perhaps southwestern, because later in my dream I did hear Vegas. But for me, when I'm seeing this, I'm like standing in the neighborhood that I grew up in as a child, and but there's no tall buildings there, and especially no planes kind of flying that low. But that I definitely did see, and so I think it has something to do with travel, because we're seeing this plane, and I've been kind of discussing travel with certain people for sure recently. And especially because the travel is an airplane, and so someone may be going either internationally, but because I was standing in my home, it's really giving me like in my hometown, it's like someone may be traveling back to their hometown. So it could be like traveling back to the motherland, traveling back to Africa. It could be traveling back to like Israel. It could be astral travel. Like it could be any, like I said, the southwest, Vegas, New York City. But especially because it was like the plane crashed into the building, so it was giving me like, and for me, like New York City is like my second home, right? So it could be about New York City, but certainly like that element of travel is there, and then that that event happening. So it's really giving me like this shocking event, this event that rocks something, that's going to rock something. And I don't know, like the buildings weren't as high as buildings are in New York City, so it really felt like it must be another city, a mid-sized city is what I'm getting, like a smaller city, not a small town, but a smaller city. And perhaps somebody lives in the penthouse, and some kind of crazy event happens up top, someone in this like mid-rise building up there up top. So I'm also getting like, there was another part of my dream where I kind of saw someone like in the shower. So I was getting like this energy of like someone's trying to clean up something, clean up their image. Someone's trying to either repent of perhaps like their lustful ways. Someone wants forgiveness. Someone perhaps wants your forgiveness for something. Because perhaps it's because of a lot of gossip, something they've been gossiping about. And certainly I'm getting a lot of people have something to say about you, and like they're waiting for you. They're kind of like lying in wait. Someone is lying down, or they're like coming up against you, and now they're lying down. They're like, no longer going to come up against you because they're lying down. They want to wash away what they have done, or like get rid of the evidence in some kind of way. I'm also seeing like, of course I saw kind of like passed on spirits there. So perhaps there's like ancestors trying to communicate something to you. And I'm getting like this element of like miracles, of get up and walk, take up your bed and walk. Perhaps you have this very healing energy. Somebody is looking at, oh, you've had this healing energy all the time. I can see how you kind of healed me in the past, and now, I'm I'm wishing like I hadn't done those things that I did to you, because you were healing to me. Your presence was healing, and now you have taken your presence away. It's no longer there. I'm also getting that, and I was getting this kind of like in another reading that I channeled earlier about this thing of people, this thing of like fraud, and so somehow that fraud may be connected to you. But I was definitely getting this energy of something done under the table. Like I was seeing kind of like a card game, and there were specific people kind of present at the card game, and I see myself there. I didn't recognize the person who was dealing, but I recognized the other people who were sitting there. And then and it was like they didn't want me to be dealt in. So someone perhaps didn't want you to get your share. They didn't want you to have a part. They didn't want to deal you in. They don't want you to receive your fair share, or you didn't get your fair share in something in the past. And some of that was like done under the table. They had to do something under the table so you aren't getting your fair share. But I do get that, like, of course, because I see the passed on loved ones. There may be several passed on loved ones around you, but certainly there's a specific passed on loved one, your grandfather perhaps, or a strong paternal figure like a grandfather, who is seeing what happened, that you weren't getting your share. And then I saw, for some reason I saw Chrisean Rock. So there may be names like Chris, like Sean, like Rock, someone's nickname, and particularly nicknames like Chris. If Chris is a nickname, or Sean, or Rock, or Tooth, or Goldie, something about Chrisean Rock, light skin, light bright, something like that. Any of those nicknames of those like baddies people perhaps may have something to do with you. But I for some reason at the end I did see like Chrisean Rock for some reason. And so but that name Chris perhaps like is standing out. But again, like the things that have really stood out on me is like the plane. So someone could be traveling that crash. That perhaps may mean you need to be careful. I'm getting some other things that I'm getting. I'll see if anything comes out of this card. But I was definitely seeing like be careful. This question of what did they say. So like perhaps someone has been talking to you, but you don't know exactly what they were saying about you. Something being a shock, so some event is coming. I've seen that pop up. People saying like, they feel like something is about to happen. I've come across that from a few people too. This lustful energy, and something about nicknames. Someone who has like a nickname, perhaps you don't call them their nickname anymore, but they had like a childhood nickname. And again, those names that I was picking up were like Chris, Chrissy, Christina, Christopher, damn it, Rocky, something about a tooth, hopefully no one gets their tooth knocked out or get their mouth kicked in, or someone may get a gold tooth. Someone may have like a gold, someone may have like a gold grill and new car. I'm getting that. And hater. So I don't know. Someone may be again like hating something about the new car. Kind of got to be careful. I saw be careful. Saw threesome and justice wants to pop out. So yeah, that's what I have channeled. I think I do think it is about something about, this is definitely about like home. Like it's about like your home or like your family members where this message is coming up. So I hope that has been useful to you guys, what I've channeled, and I will to my poll tarot and see if there's any other message. It's crazy because as I was cleaning out the car the other day, I found one of my Apples to Apples cards that I had dropped. And it was like the card that said crash into a wall. And then when I dreamed, I saw, the plane crash into the wall. Now the plane to me talks about travel that is not like close travel. That's like, usually that's like a travel to another country. That's crossing a border, and again, like an announcement of something. This could be and it's the quills, which are like the swords. It will be found that in fact the ingenious are always fanciful, and that truly imaginative and the truly imaginative are never otherwise than analytic. Yeah, so with this page of swords, someone who's watching, it has something to do with that. It may be you who's in this page of swords energy. It's like someone is really studying you, or you need to really study something to get the message. Like the message won't be on the surface. You really have to kind of dig deep. And it's like an announcement. Like you may find out about this thing that was done under the table, and you're going to be very, very shocked about it. Okay? All right. That's it. That's all I got for you today. Give me that thumbs up. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody said peace God under one of my videos the other day, and I was wondering what I know I saw that in the Wu-Tang, when I watched like that Wu-Tang series. But what is that? That's is that like the percenters? What is it called? Like is it 5%ers? Or like the Hebrew Israelites. I tell you, one day I was out in Times Square, and I don't know, like I dress kind of different sometimes, but I had on like a black hoodie with a blazer on over it, and somebody was like, "Oh, that's a pimp right there." They thought I was a pimp, but I was listening to the 5%ers, and kind of talking about what tribe of Judah what tribe of Israel like they would be from, and it had me kind of pondering that. But I keep seeing that a lot because I watch a lot of those 144,000 videos too. So that it's something about that perhaps is coming up too. I don't know. Perhaps you are one of the chosen ones who are watching this video. But I'm gonna holler at you guys later. All right.